Have you ever looked at the world, or even just your own life, and wondered, where is God in all this pain? If God is all-powerful and all-loving, why does suffering exist? It's a question that has echoed through human history, whispered in moments of despair and shouted in times of anger. You're not alone in asking it. In fact, it might be one of the most important questions we can ever ask. So let's dive into it, not with easy answers, but with a genuine search for understanding. To start, let's get one thing straight. The Bible never promises a life free from trouble. In fact, Jesus himself said, "In this world you will have trouble." He didn't sugarcoat it, but he also didn't leave it at that. He followed it up with, "But take heart, I have overcome the world." This tells us something crucial. Suffering is part of the human experience, but it isn't the end of the story. The existence of pain doesn't automatically mean the absence of a loving God. It's more complicated than that. So where did suffering come from? Many traditions point back to the concept of free will. Imagine God creating a world of robots, programmed only to love and obey. Would that love be real? Or would it just be code? For love to be genuine, it has to be a choice. And with the ability to choose love comes the ability to choose its opposite: selfishness, pride, and actions that cause harm. When humanity chose to turn away from the source of all good, brokenness and suffering entered the world. It wasn't God's plan A, but a consequence of the precious and risky gift of free will. He didn't create evil, but he created the possibility for it, so that true goodness and true love could also exist. But that can feel like a distant, philosophical answer when you're in the middle of real pain, right? When you lose a job, get a scary diagnosis, or watch someone you love go through a hard time. So, let's bring it closer to home. Think of a muscle. How does it get stronger? By being pushed, by facing resistance, by tearing a little so it can rebuild stronger than before. In a similar way, spiritual and personal growth often happen in the furnace of affliction, not in the comfort of an easy chair. The author C.S. Lewis famously said, "God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world." Sometimes suffering is the very thing that stops us in our tracks. It forces us to reevaluate our lives, our priorities, and what we're truly relying on. It can strip away the superficial things we chase and reveal what's truly important. It's in the valleys, not on the mountaintops, that we often discover a strength we never knew we had, a resilience that forges our character. It's in the dark that we learn to truly appreciate the light. Think about some of the most inspiring stories you know. Are they about people who had everything go perfectly? Usually not. They're about people who faced incredible odds, who endured hardship, and who came out on the other side, not just surviving, but transformed. Suffering can produce perseverance, and perseverance builds character, and character gives us hope. It's a process, not a punishment. This doesn't make the pain feel good, but it can give it meaning. It shifts the question from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "What can I become through this?" Another powerful perspective is that suffering cultivates compassion. It's hard to truly empathize with someone's pain if you've never experienced any yourself. When you've felt loss, you can comfort someone who is grieving with a depth you couldn't have before. When you've known loneliness, you can reach out to the isolated with genuine understanding. Our own wounds can uniquely equip us to help heal the wounds of others. In this way, God can take the worst things that happen to us and redeem them, turning them into a source of comfort and connection for a hurting world. Your story of overcoming becomes a lifeline for someone else who is just starting their struggle. But what about the suffering that seems utterly pointless? The natural disasters, the senseless accidents, the suffering of innocent children? This is where we reach the edge of our understanding. And it's okay to admit that. We see a tiny sliver of a giant, cosmic tapestry. We see the tangled threads on the back, the messy knots, and the dark colors. We don't see the masterpiece that is being woven on the other side. The Bible suggests that there are larger, cosmic battles and purposes at play that we are simply not privy to. To believe in God is to trust that the artist knows what he's doing, even when the back of the canvas looks like a mess to us. It requires faith to believe that in the end, every tear will be wiped away, and everything sad will come untrue, as another great author, J.R.R. Tolkien, wrote. This brings us to the ultimate answer Christianity offers. God didn't just stay distant from our suffering, He entered into it. That's the story of Jesus. He wasn't a king who lived in a palace, immune to pain. He was born into poverty, he was misunderstood, betrayed by his friends, and experienced one of the most brutal forms of execution ever devised. He felt physical pain, emotional anguish, and spiritual abandonment. God in Jesus experienced the very worst of human suffering. Why is this so important? Because it means that when you cry out in your pain, you are not crying out to a God who doesn't understand. You are speaking to a God who has been there. He knows what it feels like. He didn't just give us a rule book on how to endure suffering. He came down and endured it with us and for us. The cross is the ultimate symbol that God is not indifferent to pain. It is the place where God's love and the world's suffering met head-on. And the story doesn't end at the cross. It ends with the resurrection. This is the ultimate promise, that suffering and death do not get the final word. The resurrection is God's declaration that He will ultimately defeat all suffering, all injustice, and all death. It's a down payment on a future restoration of all things. It's the promise that one day the world will be made new, a place with no more tears, no more pain, no more death. So why does God allow suffering? It's a consequence of free will. It's a tool for growth and character building. It's a catalyst for compassion. And sometimes its reasons are beyond our current comprehension. But most importantly, God's response to suffering wasn't a philosophical explanation from on high. It was a personal intervention from down below. He entered into it with us, and He promises a day when He will end it forever. Living in this tension, the reality of present pain and the promise of future restoration is the essence of faith. It's about trusting the heart of the Father even when you can't see the work of His hands. It's about holding on to hope even when you're hurting. So if you're in a season of suffering right now, please know this. You are seen, you are known, and you are loved by a God who understands your pain intimately. Don't be afraid to bring your questions, your anger, and your grief to Him. He can handle it. He is with you in the struggle, and He promises to bring you through it. Thanks so much for exploring this huge topic with me today. It's not an easy one, but it's one we all face. If this conversation resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into life's biggest questions. And please, share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation. See you next time.